Imagine we had a time machine and we can just go back to a particular event. What event would you like to go to? I have a pretty good idea of what that event would be. Rewind, Nemo! So today actually is December 4th, 1977. We're no longer in the USA. We're actually in the Central African Republic. And why in the hell are we there? We are there to witness a coronation of a dictator who wants to now be known as the emperor. His name is John Bedell Bokassa. And yeah, he's corrupt as hell, he's crazy, and he's a killer. Gunshots! Yeah, all of that. He's not to be messed with. But in his mind, he believes he should be a king. Something like Napoleon, because you know the French occupied a lot of Africa, and one of the places they occupied was the Central African Republic. So this guy grew up thinking of himself as, you know what, I really look up to Napoleon. I want to be a king like Napoleon. Now just imagine this country is poor, it's desolate, it has no resources, but he's gonna take a loan from the French to do this whole ceremony, which at that time cost millions of dollars. What's the ending of the story? He loses power, ends up dying. We know the rest. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now we hear stories like this and we think that, well, that's just in Africa. We hear about Idi Amin, that's just in Africa. Sani Abacha, that's just in Africa. But fast forward, Dima. We're gonna go all the way to Dalton, Illinois. And you know who we're talking about today. Drum roll, please! It is Tiffany Henyard, the city girl mayor. And stop the show. Man, she's tired of people like me making videos about her. It has been a lot. I mean, if you go down my list, I'm out here getting rich! And yeah, I've been going in, and so have other YouTubers like Pink Book Lessons and Anton Daniels, and shout out to the other people that I won't mention right now that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. But you know what? She's gonna clap back at the critics. And you know what she's about to say? This.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work, no work, no work, no work, no work.
Oh yeah, she is the leader. Right. But what's gonna come next is gonna be even interesting. Let's check that out.
Y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Oh yeah, did you hear that? Y'all will come after a black woman? Oh my God. Can I get a dun 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 sound effect? Again, let's go back to this whole idea. Just like Bokassa in the Central African Republic, we have Tiffany Henyard, who believes that she's not a public official, which is what somebody who's in government is. Now, I know that it is a position of prestige, and it is a position that, you know, people look up to you because you are a leader. But leaders do something in the world, the great ones that we always talk about, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's of the world, Nelson Mandela's. It's Black History Month, stop the show, so I gotta keep it all black. I can't give nobody else no props, you know what I'm saying? Gotta give it all black. What do? They give back. They sacrifice for the greater good of the community. Instead, people like Tiffany Henyard, you want to be the leader, but you have no proof that you care about the constituency. This is why this African brother got up at the trustee meeting and he had this to say.
I thought all this would have been over. I thought the city would have been moving on by now. I don't know, you're still on bickering and all this. You guys need to put all this behind. Let's negotiate. Let's find a common ground. It's time you find a common ground. Give and take. Do something. You can't continue like this. Is this how we're gonna go for till the next election around? Man, ladies and gentlemen, be civil. Do things right. Think of the residents. You are here to represent the residents and not yourself. whatever are your differences, personal differences, you should learn to put them behind you by now. I was shocked when I'm hearing people talking now because I thought I was walking in here to see a new Dalton. We need to move on. Please. We need to move on. Forget about what the issues are. It's time to work together to move. You're at an advantage now. We are at an advantage. So we should need to cooperate with one another and move the village forward. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time.
Oh, yeah. And he's right. What about the residents? But stop the show. You see, the reasons why we have corrupt leadership is we always have people who egg on bad behavior. A simp like this is a great example of why that is.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. This is my first time here. I wish everyone the best in remedying whatever challenges everyone has. I came here today, Mayor Henyard, to congratulate you on being in this seat. And to wish you the best moving forward and growing the town, growing your administration, working through challenges. That's my daughter right there. She's a straight A student, and I wanted her to see a young Black woman who is leading, who is in a position of leadership, display of the possibilities. I'm not knowledgeable on all of everyone's issues, the details of them. Seems like, from the outside looking in, just politics. But the stuff I hear about, I see a lot of arguing. That's one of the reasons I came, because I love a good argument. But when public meetings devolve into just arguing, I would encourage all the leaders here to be more savvy than sometimes just arguing. That's what I've seen. But I came, and I met Miss Brown. You guys are, amazing. Thank you for saying hello to my daughter. But I was hoping my daughter could get a picture with you. I wanted to see, a leader. I was looking today, former Mayor Rogers of Dalton. He's got pictures online with some steak dinners, with some elected officials. I was just looking it up because these are the things that I see and I hear. But, we got the mayor here. Meeting with the president of the United States. Everyone's seen the picture. That's a big deal. That is great promotion for this city, for this town. And I might just say, the end, I would, say just like, and people may not like everything, but I haven't heard positive things or credit. Like, wow, you met with the president of all the mayors in all these towns. You're the one. You're able to meet with the president. How can we utilize this for our village? Congratulations on that. And still, we got to work out and hash out issues. Okay. But when it's all negative and it's all arguing, I don't think that approach will ever really work. But again, that's from the outside looking in. I just wanted to come and, say blessings to everyone. Thank you.
Now, did you see how she was over there just giving that little smile over there, looking like Lil Wayne? Put her picture up next to Lil Wayne. Yeah, it looks very similar. I'm not being mean. She does look like Lil Wayne. That wasn't me that came up with that. It was you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah, so people like her are emboldened when they hear that people appreciate what they do when what they do is nothing, and they thieve and they steal. That guy says his daughter looks up to her for all the wrong reasons. Well, he didn't say that, but I'm saying that because it is all the wrong reasons. Now let's get back to the part where she said something about you're gonna attack a woman. Go back to that, Dima.
Y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a Black woman that's in power.
Yeah, see, that's the part that I don't really like. The fact that you're a woman doesn't mean anything, because you were the first woman to become the mayor of the village of Dalton, just like Monique Owens did in East Point, Michigan. So you're not just a woman, you're a talented woman. That is why you won that particular campaign. The problem is you have an issue with accountability. Now, this same lady, Tiffany Henyard, used to be a trustee, and she used to hold the other mayor accountable. I know you don't believe me, but we got receipts. Play that clip.
Why you just not sending us a package at 4:46? I got that today. So that's my other issue. So we didn't even have time to digest what it is you're stating here. But yeah, y'all throw it in front of us and get upset when we go against what you're saying, but we don't even know because we didn't read it. You just sent it to us. So why? We talked about all this. We're supposed to get better, but y'all study doing the same thing. Like, okay, trustees, we need y'all to vote on it now. Okay, we're going to send it to y'all right before the board meeting. I know y'all didn't read it, but we need y'all to just vote yes. No, it don't work that way. Y'all supposed to give us stuff on Thursday so we can digest it, understand it, and come up with other options.
Now, see, you hear that. This is her holding the former mayor accountable to the things that he was not doing, which was the right thing. But you know what? When I hear a lady say something like this, well, you know what? We're black and I'm a woman. You're coming after a woman. What that means is that is a shield to basically get away from what we're talking about. They are talking about certain issues that you are doing, or certain mistakes that you are making, or certain evils that you are committing. But now you want to use the, well, we all black crutch, or I'm a woman crutch, which had nothing to do with why you got elected. Nobody elected you based on the fact that you were a black or you were a woman. I mean, they probably did, but they didn't see that as a handicap. They elected you because you were supposed to deliver on certain promises, which obviously you never did. In fact, you look at yourself as a supreme leader, very similar to Bokassa here. And that is the problem in the black community and the black world. We are the people who elect officials, usually Democratic officials. And we see what's going on right now. What does the black community have to gain from electing Democrats? Well, you get the migration coming in Chicago and Dalton and New York City. Then you have all of these people getting tax dollars that should be for you. I've even seen a guy in Boston who's a homeless guy. He can't even get into the homeless shelter because it's for migrants. And the reason why it is because these leaders have failed you, and they have failed our community, and they have failed our vote. And the reason why is they're largely unaccountable. They don't feel like they owe you anything, nor do they owe me anything. So not only do they spend all of the money, they get to do all kind of crazy stuff, and then they don't want to account for anything. And then when you try to talk to them about it, they get an attitude with you. Imagine going to your favorite restaurant. Story time music. Imagine going to your favorite restaurant you pay money for, and they take 2 hours to deliver the food. And instead of being apologetic for, the mistake, they're like, well, I didn't tell you to come here to the restaurant. You can leave if you want. Like, how would that make you feel as a customer? Well, it would make you not want to go back and serve them again, right? Or it will make you want to go back and not patronize them again, correct? Yes. But that is not the case when we're talking about the servitude of the black community and its loyalty to certain parties, the Democrats. They have consistently disrespected our people. First of all, because we disrespect ourselves, and then they put people in our face who pretend to have our alliances or their allegiance to us intact, and they do not. And when you confront them based on their behavior, they get an attitude. The reality is Tiffany Henyard wants to be a dictator. She wants to be a ruler, but she doesn't have what it takes to lead. You want to get all the benefits of leadership, but you don't want to do the work to be a leader. And to be a leader is something that takes all day, all night, and the people are the ones that benefit more than you. And in fact, that's been a skewed view of leadership on black social media. You have people like Dr. Umar Johnson who wants to be a leader, doesn't want to do any work. He wants other people to do the work and hit the cash app. This is no different than Tiffany Henyard. She believes that she's anointed more so than you or me to receive everything. And the only reason why we are here is to serve her, which that kind of mentality hurts the community, and it causes a lack of trust between our people as a whole and each other. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Oshay Jackson, back at it again with another episode here of the Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all you do. Scare the bell. We're out.